Hello, half a day. So I am just hitting the road right now. I'm actually driving, as the thumbnail said, in case you didn't see it. I am driving about 35 minutes to another gig zone. It's an area where we know that we can do better than our home zone. You know, and I think I've done a video before. I'm not 100%. At least I think I've talked about it. You know, on one topic was chasing the hot zones. You know, if it's worth it. And I guess it's, you know, on one hand, I do have to say in our current situation, you know, since my husband got sick last Tuesday, I've been, you know, back to doing solo shifts. And other than on Wednesday, I did work in the zone that I'm driving to right now. I've been working in our home zone. And I mean, you guys were there, for those that do follow my channel, when because I went live on Thursday, and I did not do good at all. And yesterday, I worked in my home zone for the lunch shift, and then I went home to eat, and then I ended up, you know, driving to the area that I'm driving to now. And a storm ended up coming in. So for sure that didn't help initially for a little bit, but I still did better there, and I was still multi-apping. You know, I had Spark, Instacart, Favor, and DoorDash on. And if you're just now joining, half a day, I am driving to a different gig zone that's about, you know, 35 minutes away. So I figured I'd do a live stream on the drive. Nothing too exciting. This highway, when initially leaving my neighborhood, the speed limit is 60, and then briefly high it goes up to 65, and then for the most part the drive is about 75 on the highway, so that's nice. But if you're new to my channel, I'm based here in Texas. So I was just talking about how we have to, for my situation, you know, we have to drive to a different gig zone to make better money. But it is a military neighborhood. It was formerly known as Fort Hood, but is now known as Fort Cavazos. So we're just basically headed out, or should I say, I'm headed out there mainly to run Spark, the Spark app. So, and hopefully, because like I said, since my husband got sick on Wednesday, Wednesday was my best day. I did almost $100, working 3.5 hours, I think. So since he got sick, I've yet to break $100. So I so hope to do that today, because I'm working all day while he's home trying to get better. I mean, he's definitely done, you know, gotten better, and he wanted to work today, and I was like, no, give it one more day. Area that I go to, the main concentration on the gig app that I use is the Walmart Spark app. But I still multi-app with Favor, which is an app based here in Texas, and Instacart. And then every now and then, I try to turn on DoorDash or Uber Eats to see if they're going to be giving. And I might get a decent offer or two to fill in the gaps, because although Walmart Spark is my #1 app to use for the delivery, it does have its dry moments, sitting there waiting for offers to come in. But that's the other reason why I multi-app. Hopefully, another app will keep me busy, keep me making money. But like I said, it is not exactly a scenic route. Oops, you're mainly seeing my phone holder, but not exactly a scenic route. A lot of farmland, rural areas. But in total, it is at least 30 minutes. It's a 30-minute drive. That's why, hey Tornado, thank you so much for streaming my channel. I can't wait. I know that's the sucky side when you're trying to build your watch hours, and you're looking at your analytics on how it's doing, and basically it's a 5-day lag. So then you don't know for sure how well. I mean, because from yesterday to today, I only gained 3 watch hours. So, but prior to that, it was the day before that I gained 30 watch hours. Aw, well, thank you. Makes me wonder though if they'll if they'll catch on to stuff like that. I hope not. But I am just hoping, yesterday I was actually able to turn on, hey Mary. Yeah, definitely 5 days behind. So it's like, I have to guesstimate. I was like, that's why when I went live on Thursday, I was saying at that point, I figured I was needing less than 900 by that point. And I get a little impatient when trying to see where I actually stand when it comes to watch hours. But yeah, it's another solo run. My hubby says he's feeling better, but I told him, I was like, you got to give it at least one more day. And if it's 2 days in a row that you're feeling, just as good, then you can join me again to start working. Sorry, I didn't catch that last comment, Mary. But how are you today, Mary? Tornado has, just like you, has been a Tornado, and he's been helping me just like you with. He's been streaming my playlist to help me get my watch hours. So you guys are just so awesome. But I also wonder, because I know they said it's within a 365-day period, but my channel went live in September. When I started posting videos and all of that. So if I don't hit my 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours by my anniversary date, does that mean any videos, especially any watch hours I earned or whatever, until I do hit those two parameters, does that mean they're lost? I don't know. I don't know how that works if you don't do it within exactly how that works. I mean, not that not that my channel was hot the first month or so. So I think I mean, because what, in January of this year, I was still sitting at 75 subs. So, you know, in a 4-month period or 3.5-month period, really, I had only gained 75 subs, and it wasn't until the since January, really, that my channel really started to pick up with subs and watch hours. But if you're just now popping in, joining me and figuring out what is she doing, I'm actually driving to work, to a different gig zone. The drive itself is about 35 minutes, give or take traffic and who's driving. For the most part, this highway that I'm on, a good portion of it is 75. So, because before they renovated it and turned it into what it is now, the speed limit was 60. So this drive that I'm doing now used to take 45 minutes to almost an hour just to do the drive, because it was sitting at 60 and some of the roads were winding. So we were so happy when they started doing that and changing things up, because then we can go fast. Did I pass it already? But it's almost like the halfway point of my destination. There's a DPS training school here though. So there are many times you're gonna find the cops on the road. And that's either they're going to training or they're coming back. So as much as you want to go Speedy Gonzales down the road, too many times I see people pulled over. I mean, especially like these with showers within 12 consecutive months. I didn't see that. I didn't read quick enough. But a lot of the times those overpasses, they will be a little sneaky. and you won't see them until you just come out on the other side of the overpass, and they're kind of like up there on the access road. So if they're clocking you, next thing you know, you'll see lights behind you. I know with Ray, because he's had his channel already for at least a year or more than a year. So I don't know how his channel was at the start, or because there's not that many that I know of that I watch or that I follow. I think he's the only one that I know of that had his channel for at least a year already. It says for would assume in October you're September 20. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I might do the whole race to 1,000 subs thing, you know, and like maybe for the first 2 weeks of September, and kind of do like what Dashing Dink did for his channel. And I mean, but that's the downside. It's gonna take money, because I just need another device. I need another device that I can stream from. He had a video that has Was that Ray or was that Chuck? Because that would just, I mean, like I said, none of my videos in that first month or so were that good anyways, in reference to views. So but that would really suck. You know, I mean, I did have one video, or was it no, it was a short. I guess that doesn't count. You want to go fast, you gotta go past me. I'm trying to see, but that was, I think, all my videos, or that have done really well, have been from this year. He allowed a TV station to run one of his videos, and it went to what? Wait, who are we talking about, Mary? Chuck? Just did lives every day, slow and steady, and he's he's very sweet. But are you talking about Chuck, who did that with a TV station? I hope so. I hope so. Yeah. And that's, I mean, that's why when things, yeah, the short isn't going to matter. I mean, yeah, because it's all in its own when it comes to watch hours. But when you have shorts, you want to hit the links at the end too. Yes, that's what I always do. Whenever I upload a short, I always fill in a video where it says related to either my most recent long form video or to one of the more popular ones. I tell you, one of the more popular ones are the ones that I talk about or rant about Walmart Spark for sure. I don't know if you guys saw that video or even saw it in the news, not necessarily just from my channel. I had to share it because, you know, it's important to get it out there for those that are not familiar with the type of work we do, especially as a Spark driver, because not all stores do it. Whose video was I watching? Darn it. Whose video was I watching? Oh, it was I think that's the name of his channel, Your Driver Mike. He says when it comes for Spark drivers, his Walmart, they actually have a spot in customer service for Spark drivers to go to and bag there. But in all the Walmarts I've been to, they either have a designated register that has a sign that says Spark driver, or nothing at all, and you can just choose any self-checkout. But that could make it so much easier if that's how they set it up. I mean, I thought that was a good idea, because it does free up the self-checkout, because especially as we got a shopping order and it's a huge one, we're not standing there at the register just trying to bag. It'll free it up. So hopefully that's a move. I mean, yeah, that's what I try to remember to do to make sure I always include a related to video. Yeah, did you like speaking of the short, did you like my choo-choo train video? I'm just sitting there. The train had already been running at least a minute when I was like, you know what? This is going to make a good short video. So I just started recording. And I'm watching the train. I keep looking towards, if I could see the end yet. And I'm like, what the heck? It was crazy. I was there, just over 5 minutes for that train to go by. The really, really long train. I'm wondering if that's the longest I've ever waited for a train to go by. So, but what I was saying too is that we really it needs to get out there to where more people are aware that because we don't wear a uniform, we're not required to wear a vest or some type of badge that says we're a Spark driver, or even the fact that we can walk up to a register and not scan anything, so people won't think that we're just stealing. I mean, honestly, because Spark has been around for several years, I'm surprised that stuff like that didn't hit the news more often. Because that one guy, he went viral because they thought he was stealing. Because they were just waiting in line and they just see this person not scanning, but just bagging. And they're like, okay. And they posted it to their social media and it went viral. And, so it hit the news, and so I'm like, there's a lot of people out there who are not aware of Spark. And I do Shipt also, and they have prepaid orders as well. So to where the point where you don't have to scan the items, you just walk up to the register, and I would go nuts. You're trying, yeah. When I first saw that, I was like, I do remember when I first started doing Spark, because it was a little weird to just be standing at a register and you're just bagging, you know. And the times that I would actually look up from what I'm doing and look around, and yeah, I'll be getting looks like, what is she doing? Are you just blatantly stealing? Oh, but what I was saying too about Shipt, because they do have prepaid orders where you don't have to scan the items. But the only difference is with Shipt is you have to get an associate to scan a barcode that's on the app. So you don't just go to the register straight away like with Spark and scan the QR code, and then you either can proceed to start bagging or it's a random cart check. But with Shipt, you have to go to the associate. First, they scan the barcode, and then they actually allow you to go to, or at least the only Target that I've ever done it at. They have a specific spot for you to bag at. And, you know, they've got it labeled Shipt bagging station. Yeah. I mean, that's the crazy thing, because it was in the news briefly about how Walmart was going to start getting rid of the self-checkouts because too many people are taking advantage of it and stealing. Yeah, me too. Because when I walk up, you know, I try to make it very obvious. I have my phone right in front of me, and, you know, I'm walking up to it, you know, and I'm to where they can see me, you know, pointing it at the screen. But it's for those busybodies that, you know, walk up beside you to the register next to you, who didn't see you do the initial, you know, first step. And they just, next, you know, they just see you bagging. So I am just a few minutes away from it's actually, it's maybe about a month ago, Mary, it's on my channel if you're talking about the guy who was filmed when they thought he was stealing. And I think the tagline was, man caught stealing at Walmart, or filmed stealing at Walmart. Because I have the link to the actual clip. And I should do a follow-up video to that, really. And I think it's time to do another, even though I do get the comments now and then. Yeah, Shipt isn't too bad either. It's at the bottom of my list, though I rarely use it now, only because too many times, you know, the fare, it's just not worth it. But I think it's time I do another follow-up video for Walmart Spark. even though, I mean, and that's fine. To each his own. Everybody has your opinion, but you know, when I make those type of videos, I'll get the random comment here or there about why are you so concerned about what those other people are doing. Just concentrate on what you're doing, you know. If you're not making money, don't blame them just because it look, you know, just because they are, you know, stuff like that. And I'm like, or like one of the more recent ones, a comment said, you're gonna F around and soon find out. And I'm like, okay, thank you for the comment. It's especially because of one of my more recent videos talking about Spark and some of this stuff. It's right there. They're doing it right there in front of your face, right out in the open, making it very obvious of what they're doing. So how can you not pay attention to that and talk about it? That's just one of the reasons why we travel to a different gig zone, because of that fact. Because of the fact that the money we used to make in that area just, because of that, you know, that type of situation, people taking advantage of those other things to take orders from other people. But look at this this right here. Again, you're only going to see mainly my my phone holder, but oh, my phone is hot. But look at that. And they just started that this week, a few days ago. And school starts. This is a school zone that I'm driving through at the moment. But school starts here in 3 days. This is going to be a lovely road. This is going to be such a lovely road to be driving up and down, especially during the school hours, because this road gets a lot of traffic. But they had to do this because, I don't know if you can tell, my phone is bouncing around because this road totally sucks. There's cracks and just really bumpy. It really tests your shocks if you have any. But yeah. And it's, yeah, I think it's like 2 miles, mile and a half. And you want to know what another crazy thing is? At this Walmart that we go to, is they moved the pickup zone from one side of the store to the other, but the computer, I guess, from where the orders get sent out is still on the same side of where the original spot was. So yeah. I think that's the reason why there's this specific store that I'm going to wait at now. A lot of people come to this one because they actually do stuff. Associates, you know, the store, the manager, they actually do stuff to combat fraud, to combat the stealing. You know, they do random ID checks, whether the app calls for it or not. So you can actually make decent money at this store despite, I mean, there'll be days when we pull up here and this entire row will be filled with Spark drivers. Because you'll know, you end up getting, especially when you frequent a store to do the job, you know, you come to know Spark driver, Spark driver, Spark driver type thing. But all right, I just wanted to do this. As much as I would love to continue live streaming, I don't have another device to show, you know, while I'm working, but hopefully I can change that soon because that makes such a big difference. But for those of you guys that hung around, thank you so much for keeping me company on this drive to work. You guys have an awesome weekend. I'll catch you on the next live or next video. Stay safe out there, whatever you're doing, whatever job you're doing to make that money. Until next time, adios for now.